How's it going, everyone? I hope that everybody's been having a great day as well as a great week so far. Man, I hate to do these videos on the same company, but it looks like Astro FX is at it again with a new company called EverythingFX. I definitely believe that why this company has chosen to go to a different route, and well, not maybe a different route because they still do Astro FX, but they've chosen to kind of split into a different company. It's probably because of all the bad garbage that they get from their students that you probably just don't hear about. I am going to show you an email that I got actually a few months ago, and I read it but totally forgot about it. And I was thinking, oh wow, after someone wanted me to do a video on this company, I was thinking, wow, I actually had an email, a very, very descriptive email about this guy's journey with Astro FX, so you guys can actually see the crap that comes through with this. I don't even have to really go through any of this. If you haven't seen my other videos on Astro FX, definitely look into them. I know that they get a lot of bad rap, but that's just because Astro FX has a huge following because they promote a lot of huge lifestyle stuff. They always show money, cars, just monetary items. Like they always want to show items rather than showing a lot of other stuff. And the big thing here is that they always just show analysis. They don't show trades as often as they do just random analysis. So if the analysis just goes sour, then they end up usually just acting like it's no big deal. And a lot of people just bypass it because they're really good at manipulating into that. Another big thing is I will be posting this in the description. Someone actually sent this to me. So this is Nat from Astro FX saying, please send us lots of money on this little snippet. I don't really know how to get sound to go into the video for you guys to hear it, but I will post this in the description so you guys can listen to this, because this is hilarious. Whether this is a joke or not, again, you know anything about psychology, I truly believe that this is just them showing you that all they're trying to do is take your money. And if you don't believe that, then I want you to go and see this. They have now 4 people instead of just these 2. And does this guy look familiar to you? He looks familiar to me. And what's interesting is that he has 7 years, quoted 7 years experience, along with these 2, guys who definitely don't have 8 and 7 years experience. I mean, we both know this guy did not start in 2010. He did not start in 2009. We have proven that in the Astro FX videos that they have not started. They did not start that late. They definitely started, well, that early. They definitely started later down the road. But let's look at this, because when I saw this, I actually couldn't stop laughing, because I was thinking to myself, are you serious? Really? Really? But they have hired Quillen Black, the guy from Forever in Profit and many other different companies that he's been a part of. This guy is obviously trying to probably just rebrand himself into making people maybe just forget that he screwed a lot of people over, or whatever it may be. But it says here, Quillen has been involved in the financial markets for about 7 years. He began his trading career trading stock options and used some of the money from his paychecks to invest in the broker's account. He crossed paths with the foreign exchange and commodities market in the late 2014, could quickly grasp the FX market because his time spent gaining market knowledge from stock options. Okay, huge stuff here is the fact that it says that he started actually trading in late 2014. But let's just say that we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt and give him all of 2014 as a year. So you have 14, 15, 16, 17. So you have 4 years out of the 7. So that means that he was studying when stock options and trading stock options within a 3-year time frame. Okay, that's giving him the benefit of the doubt of all of 2014. So really it's 4 years, but I'm going to say that he studied 3 to 4 years in the stock options market. Why is it that this guy still busted people's accounts? He still is not, not a valid trader. A lot of people can attest to that. It's stuff like this that really angers me, because people like this, they love to flip around different companies, trying to rebrand themselves, trying to wipe the slate clean. And, a lot of you guys will fall for this stuff because, people like Jarrell Cox and Jamal Johnson, the guys from the green room, they all did this. They tried to rebrand themselves, and a lot of these guys, including this guy, went to IML because they knew, oh, look, here's a a well-built company that already has the people that I can just take on. And that's exactly what happened. I've shown you Forever and Profit's video. I've done videos on them. Horrible, horrible, horrible company. It's so funny because another person actually last night sent me a huge post that was, I guess I guess you would consider it trending. It had about 300 comments on Facebook talking about this guy, and he got involved, but talking about just how bad of a trader he was and how many, how these accounts were busted, how he never would post a MyFX book link. That's another thing, is these guys will not post a MyFX book link. That's been traded on. They'll post one for maybe a week and then they'll just delete it. And so, again, don't trust people like this, our guys. Just don't do it. Going into him, I mean, you have this guy supposedly has been trading for 7 years, yet 2 years ago he was an MCA. MCA again, MCA, MCA, MCA. And then he goes into Forex 2 years ago, which this actually makes sense because this was, again, around the 2014, so you have late 2014, which is what this said. This is early 2015. So this is starting to make sense now. This is when he got involved. Why in the world would somebody be trying to chase recruitment money if they were trading stock options? This is the type of stuff that I've been talking about from day one. This is just horrible stuff. Now this was 7 years ago. This was supposedly when he was starting, when he was running track, probably in high school or early in college, because we all know that he loves to share the story that he was worked at Target, yada yada. Now this is not a video based solely on him. This is a video solely based on EverythingFX and just showing you that they hire people like this that already have a bad rap, right? It's so funny because he does this video. I wanted to see this because he hadn't uploaded in a while, and I got this far, and it was so funny because he starts talking about people who trade high lot sizes, and just, he's kind of shedding a negative light, but not really trying to. Yet this guy right here was a guy he traded with in Forever and Profit, and this guy is like a 40 lot, 50 lot trader with 1 to 1,000 leverage. Yet in this other video, he's trying to almost in a sense talk bad about it. It's just stuff like this, guys. I mean, just beware of this type of stuff. But what these guys usually do in Astro FX is they love to just do analysis. They rarely, they try to show you all these pretty charts and all this sort of stuff and what they think is going to happen. Yet a lot of the time, this stuff doesn't actually happen at all. Or it goes the complete opposite way, and then they just kind of delete everything, and then they just start off fresh and make you think that it never even happened. But again, as you see, just a ton of analysis. And it's so funny because even on Instagram, when they showed that Quillen Black was going to be working for them, I think they were giving him a happy birthday message. So many people were just dogging on him because of how bad he was, because they actually claim him to be a student. So he actually must have gone through some sort of one of their courses, which is angering because it's like, wow, really? I mean, you made everybody think that you self-taught yourself. And, actually, in fact, you went to these, jokers and paid them God knows how much money. And then you probably went to them and made them know, hey, I can actually bring in more people. You don't understand the following I have. But let's go to the email because this is what I really want to show you guys. Okay, now I know that this is long, and I will be reading this just in the event that maybe we don't have any people who can read English, just in the event. I don't really know. But this says, hey, Bruce, just saw your videos on YouTube about Astro FX scam, and you have just reinforced what I and my cousin have been thinking already. I did the course in February around the same time that the $1 million account was put up. Now, this was February of this year. Everything you have said makes sense. They charged £2,500 for the group course, and both me and my cousin found, like you, said that everything was online anyway. My course was 3 5 to 6 hour days in which we were told we were going to go through aspects of the book, as well as when to take the trade, etc. We were also told they would show us how to use the MT4 platform. Most of this was not covered as it was just rushed, and Sean didn't really want to be there. And when he was told, he told us he was busy with charts. Okay, now I might lose my space because I can't highlight where I'm at, and this is kind of like bunched together. So I apologize if I read the same line twice on accident. We was also told we was going to do live trading, but for some reason they didn't let us see their accounts. They are also doing a piece on a BBC TV show which was meant to be filmed whilst we were there, and talked to me along with the other students. Nat said the plan changed and they wanted to talk to just Nat and Sean about how they've got to where they are now, but it turned out that the BBC, came a week or so later and filmed Sean and Nat and two other guys who it looks like are in on the scam too. Probably the two guys that I showed just here a moment ago. One of them whom never posts anything at all about trading, which leads us to believe he doesn't trade at all. The website lays out what you do on the course and what you will get. A couple of these things are flash drives with key levels and also trade setups, etc. And the other is lifetime access to the member zone. We didn't receive the flash drive on the course, so I called the Birmingham office, and the number wasn't even in service anymore. Called the London office, and I could only get through to a switchboard and still no contact with Astro. Finally, I messaged them on reasons why they have blown their accounts is due to, reasons that, let's see, I must have lost my place. Finally, I messaged them on Instagram and only got a text message reply telling me to email them. We then found out after the course that the member zone access is only for 1 year, which really doesn't bother me as it's just videos of what's in the book anyway. I did the course with 4 other guys who I'm in a WhatsApp group with, and have found that from what I've learned on the course, they've still blown their accounts and have resorted to scalping to try and make their money back. One of the bearish, and a lot of the time he was, one of the reasons why they have blown their accounts is due to the Astro FX Telegram group, in which, like you said, screen prints from TradingView are posted on there, and Sean says at what price they should aim to take profit at, and if it's going to be bullish or bearish, and a lot of the time he has been wrong. Now, this is what I was showing you guys with their analysis and stuff like this. I mean, they love to do analysis, and if they're wrong, they just sweep it under the rug. There are so many people in the Telegram group who haven't taken or paid in the course, and they give out more info to them than people who have actually paid their money to do the course. But then it doesn't really matter, as most of these trades are losers anyways. Although they've always said they wouldn't. It's like they are leaning towards selling signals next. Finally, Sean did say there is a reason why he doesn't show his balances or how much he has in his account, but he has never explained why. But now from your videos, it's becoming clear as to why. If I can be of any help, let me know. Thanks for the eye openers. This is just what every bit of this has just been what I have been saying. Now, a lot of people who promote these guys or back these guys up will say things like, well, their students busting their accounts is not Astro FX's fault. They took it upon themselves to do the trades, yada yada yada. Don't forget, the trades they were taking were from Sean and Nat's analysis that they post on Instagram and this EverythingFX page. I mean, this is them taking those trades, and they're losing them. I mean, I can definitely say that is what happens, because when I first started making the very first Astro FX videos, I took it upon myself to look at some of their analysis that they were just posting and watched it, and basically put it on a watch list for myself to see what would happen. And most of them lost, but they never would say that. But yet they are constantly showing wins. They're constantly showing this because they take the wins out. Take the losses out, put the wins in, and keep the wins on. And what's so funny is that this gentleman was talking about how they pay more attention to the people who haven't paid than the ones that have. That is just a marketing technique to try to pull the people who haven't paid in. You've already given them their money. They don't have anything to do with you anymore. They basically, all they can say is hey, we gave you what you needed. Bye. And then they go on to the other people who haven't paid, and so they can get their money. Now, I have another email in here. I don't know if I've deleted it or whatever, but it was another one basically talking about how these guys took advantage of another client of theirs, a student, if you want to call him a student, where the guy got the book, and then when he found out that, he was like, hey, I paid for all this session work, and they said, oh, well, you didn't pay for the session work. All of that is just included. You're paying for the book, which I have, I gave out to a company to be able to put out for free, and I think everybody has been able to get it now. But anyways, because a guy gave it to me so I could put it out. But anyways, you guys need to be very, very wary of the stuff like this. I mean, I know that a lot of you guys will think like, oh, this is out of whack. You know, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Well, looking into this, I'm going to do this and then I'll end this video because I do not want to spend more time on Astro FX. They're just unreal at this point to me. But you can see that 5 months ago they talked about this $1 million account that and I've talked about before. Now, what's interesting about this is that they talk about they show all these pictures that I've shown you in the past video, and what's interesting is they show you my FX book link. Now, this is on Sean Lee 1's account, but this again could have been manipulated, but it may not have been because this doesn't even exist anymore. I looked this up, I think in March, like early or mid-March, and this account was gone. It was just completely gone. What happened to this $1 million account? They don't talk about it anymore. It was just there and then just disappeared. It's just stuff like this that you guys need to realize. These guys are just trying to fool you. Somebody actually gave me the proof that showed that this wasn't even their money. This was investors' money. And they probably took it out because if you look at this, this is one dot means 1 day. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. They're already at 18% drawdown. You know, and how you can tell is what we've talked about in portfolios before. Look at the gap. The equity was all the way down. If I can even see this, because I know this is this little piece is blocking it. This is below 10%. So they lost 10%, over 10% in a day. They obviously almost about gained it back, but it took them 2 days to gain back what they had lost. And you can see this huge gap. The equity, this is another stay and pray mentality. You can see the line where the zero was, the equity was below, but the balance was high because they were holding positions. They were doing staying and praying. Again, more staying and praying, the gaps that are in this. Just be aware of this type of stuff, guys. I mean, you got to realize that these guys are extremely, extremely aggressive traders because they do not know what they're doing. And not only that, but just teaming up with this guy who has a past of really manipulating a lot of stuff. Just be careful. Be very, very safe out there, and just do your due diligence because I know that Astro FX has a huge following, and I'll probably get a lot of hate on this video, but it doesn't matter because I want you guys to get the truth and understand that this stuff is all for free. Every bit of this is free online. You read the email. This guy understood that this was all for free online. I hope that you guys found this video informative. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or comment in the comment section below. And as always, stay safe.